It's always too late if you have to think, and it's always too late if somebody has to tell you. So it's almost like it's a dance, sort of. You have to just flow with it. And once you feel it, it's really easy. But boy, until you do, it's hard.
But see, when I was learning to dance, I did better with my eyes closed.
You can try that. Might be a little rough when
Yeah, let us know if that works for you.
Yeah. I don't know. I do know a couple people that are blind that do this, but
Really?
yeah. There's a guy that lives up in Kansas, right out of Kansas City. He's blind. He has a border collie. He trials it.
Wow.
Dog wears a bell. And that's how he knows where stuff is. And he trusts the dog. He came to a clinic that Gordon gave. Gordon helped him to start driving with the dog.
Wow.
And there's a guy over in, I think he's either in Wales or in England. He's maybe in Wales. And he trials. And he's blind.
Wow.
And there's a lot of people that do this that are in wheelchairs.
Really?
Yeah, there's a guy in the Scottish National in a wheelchair.
Well, I guess you're just standing at the post, but you still have to go.
You got a pen
pin 'em
and you got a shed.
Wow.
See how she's moving away from the sheep, so she can kind of keep the flow going. And the reason Fly is starting to see how she goes fast like that, and you watch her, and she'll go fast, and then she'll seem like after she goes fast, when she's walking like that, she'll seem like she kind of turns off, like, and she might eat some grass or something. She's learning how to pace herself. And Claire's going to use the word easy, where I use the word time, but it's to get them to walk instead of run.
You use the word what?
Time.
Time?
As in take your time.
Right.
But right now, Fly doesn't get it, so she's either got she's got a fast, and she's got to stop, or a turn off, like where she's eating, but she doesn't have a walk.
Right.
And you see that with Maggie. She's got decent flanks, but when she first starts turning into those sheep, you see how the sheep spook when she turned into them and turned on them, because she's not seeing how to rate. And I mean, that's all young dogs. Some dogs have more rate and more than others, but.
And then sometimes she's walking alongside the sheep, and she's kind of walking with them and not.
Well, she learned. She's been on sheep enough now that, but when she first starts out, she's so keen to work that she doesn't have that kind of rate yet.
No, I mean Claire.
Oh, Claire, I thought you were talking about your dog. Yeah, she's walking. She's kind of walking alongside, which is sort of a start of almost a drive with her. That's what they call like a modified fetch, when you're more to the side and the dog's moving them. That's kind of how you start driving, and then you gradually just get more and more out of the picture, off to the side. So instead of being way back behind the dog when you start driving, the sheep are here, and you just start drifting off to the side and letting the dog keep the sheep out there, but you're still in sight so the dog can see you. Because they don't, for the most part, when they start driving, they don't like that, because all of a sudden it's like, whoa, and people want to drive straight away from them, and it's very difficult to teach them, unless they just really, really want to drive. So letting her do that by being off to the side and letting the dog take a few steps like that and driving, it's a good thing, because it's actually starting her to learn that she doesn't always have to have something right in front of the sheep to balance to. But she's come such a long way, because she's learned, she's right now learning that she can control sheep with her eye to some extent. She didn't really have any eye, but she's starting to develop eye, because we've not let her run and chase after sheep, and we didn't put her in a round pen where she can't possibly do anything, and the sheep are just always upset. So she's starting to develop a little bit of eye. If you watch her, she drops her head every now and then, and she's putting a little bit of eye on the sheep. So she's going to be probably a fairly upright dog. But she's learning to control the sheep with her eye and with her mind as opposed to with her body.
Now she's stopping to go potty.
Part of the pottying and eating of the grass is that, like I said, she doesn't know how to maintain just this walk. So she goes fast, and she knows if she goes fast it's wrong because she's going to bust the sheep up. But yet she doesn't really know what to do. But she's starting to get a nice little walk on her, a nice little trot, and she's going around nice and easy. This dog's come just an incredible amount in her training. I mean, when did we start her? Like April, something like that? I mean, she'd been on feed once, I think, when they came here.
That's correct. We went out to that Henley's place one time. That was it. And that was only for 1 minute. It was just more for us to see it.
Sit. That'll do. Sit. Yes, get some water. Good girl.
Kind of limping a little bit.
Well, that could just be the wrap. Because
That'll do. Get some water.
That wrap makes them feel kind of funny.
Good girl.